Okay guys, I have been playing around with the sound and I decided to see if I can do a video where my mumbly talk while fighting isn't overshadowed by some stuff. So let's see if I can do this. Too bad. I'll try and not fat finger the keyboard and bring into every possible thing here. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's move our totem out and bring this guy over here. Electrocuting a little bit. We start bringing fire, bringing the heat. I gotta light him up in return. This is the first tier 11 though that I have done. Wow. Oh yeah, brand typical is potions tend to show up right after I need them. This guy is a little below where the suggested level is for doing tier 11, but he is a shaman, and shaman tend to be broke. They are pretty tough. Let's see. So there's 2 gold piles over there. Let me see if it's, yeah. It's that guy. And I gotta go over there, so I'm gonna have to kill that guy. I'm just gonna have to fight everything in here, in this room. So let's let him get away, and then slow him a little bit. I really need to do that one button thing to see if there's stuff that I'm missing, because I know there is. All but sure that there are tons of like rotational things that I'm not doing right. But I don't care. I'm kind of a lazy gamer. And I do just what I need to get by. The reasons why I keep hitting him with the frost is not that I'm afraid he's going to run away. It is that I want to build up some maelstrom. I think, yeah, it generates 3 maelstrom. It's instant cast, so it kind of is good for that. I'm going to back up here, and then when he gets kind of off to the side, I'm going to shoot him and bring him over here, and then I'll pick that guy and then those guys, because they charge and you never want to deal with all that. Let me do an electrocution. Boom. Slow him. These guys are never like the toughest thing in the world. Not particularly bad, as long as you just know how to get out of the way. Which I kind of do. Yep, and then Bran, of course, he leaves those potions lying around after they expire. They should have like a sell-by date. It's probably like a week or up, or some kind of app that you can do that tells you when those potions are about to expire. They, it has like a thing to make it simple for you, but lazy gamer, don't care. I just want to enjoy the game more than I do get good at it. Alright, so let's slow him and shoot him with electricity. Potion. Where did that guy come from? Can't understand sometimes. See, those guys have like a really big overhand attack that can be tough on like some classes, but with the Shaman, if you've got like sword and board, which this guy does, it's not as bad. I guess that, see, somehow that appeared while I was fighting the Nemesis mob, and I was like, where the heck did that come from? I'll have to look at the clip to see what happened. Okay, so these guys are going to run all over the place and cause trouble. Let me move my totem back a little bit, because they're going to come over here and say hi to me. I mean, they're not particularly dangerous because of how sort of clueless they are, but there are two of them, and they hit hard. And that charge will, like, kill you, like, pretty bad. I'm trying to kill one of them. There we go. Freeze him. Yeah, bad as I thought. Okay. That wasn't tough. Alright. Like I say, I haven't done this guy. I've really been working on him a lot. I run a lot of alts, a lot of different characters, and this guy just kind of got lost in the shuffle, so to speak. Although I like playing Elemental Shaman, it's a pretty cool class. A lot of burst damage and survivability kind of stuff. You've got Earth Elemental, which basically tanks for you for like a minute and almost a minute and a half. And it also increases your health while it's active. So we'll turn this on. Oh, and I hit the Earth Elemental because I had my finger on that button. So this is going to be significantly... And it, you know, it's got like a 5-minute cooldown, but it's not too bad because... it'll last like this entire fight. Because they won't kill it, I don't think.
I need to target something first.
Maybe if I heal. Well, I don't want to. He's gonna fade away soon. They almost always, these guys, the Earth Elemental disappears before they kill it. I've seen like some creatures like get it. Him with frost. Just stop him from running away. Now, let me. Oh, I don't even think I have the pity buff. Let's get some pity buff here. If I stand in the fire long enough, Bran will say, "Hey, you're looking a bit rough. Aren't I looking a little bit rough there, Bran?"
Let's have a quick segment to recover.
I think I will sit down and recover. Alright. Another buff here. I got that. Okay. One of the reasons why I did that last is once you do it, this door opens up, and I think some of the mobs in here will wander out. So you don't want to open that door until you're ready to open that door. Oh, cool. My bioprinter thing. I did the bioprinter on this guy along with... I, you know, am a super fan of the pacifist rig, even if it does crash your game. But the bioprinter, or on this guy and like priests who have dominate, the earth elemental is like a pet. And so the pacifist rig seems to take your pet slot. So let me see if I can burn this guy down before he starts summoning everything in all over the place. I'm summoning at least one. Maybe two things? I don't know. Well, I'm going to summon in a couple. Or she. Sometimes it's a female, sometimes it's male. But is the well connected. Alright. Moving right along. Now we've got two dinosaurs. Let me see. Oh yeah, Bran's feeling kind of rough himself. I can help him out. Let's see. I think he'll summon the campfire if you run low on mana. Well, I know he will, but I don't know. It's only some characters that get the campfire for mana. Like, I've had some that he just won't do it. Okay. Let me do this. Gotta move the little totem around. See, they love a lot of these mechanics where you have to waste time, you know, administering things, you know, like keeping track of stuff. Because it seems to be yeah, I remember when I started playing Dells, they were, you know, not too bad until you get to like tier 8, and then when that happened, when I got to tier 8, the Dells became, you know, somewhat challenging. You know, I'm not saying they were like super hard, but they started getting a little bit challenging, and that's when I really noticed the difference between playing a mage versus just playing a shaman. Like, this guy has significantly more armor than a mage does, which doesn't make a big difference with these guys because mages have like tools that they can use to kite these guys. You know, you got Eye of Frost Nova and stuff like that you can, and Fire Blast that blows them back and things. But none of those work against boss characters, right? The boss monsters, they are immune to any kind of stun or hold or slow. Almost all of them are like super immune to that. Like, you can't hold them or slow them or stun them at all. And man, oh yeah, that guy's still there. Okay, so now I'm gonna go over here. Oh, well, see, don't get near any of the mining nodes. I've noticed that recently Bran, he's always mined nodes when he gets kind of close to them, but recently he started like aggroing mobs whenever he got close to a node. I'm gonna like get a couple of these guys. I'm gonna have to kill that guy because I gotta kill him to get through the door, but I should have done that soon. I'm gonna kill him to get through the door, but this guy, his path kind of takes him near where the mobs originate, and I don't want to have to deal with that, so I'm just gonna kill him. Stuff moving around always makes me nervous. Got another elemental shaman who is he's like the storm build for elemental, which I like that too. I was thinking of running one that's I've got another guy that I was leveling up who's a what do you call it? Augmentation? I think it's augmentation. Or no, that's an evoker. enhancement shaman. I've got an enhancement shaman guy that I don't know. I just haven't figured that out maybe, but I don't like it as much. Let's kick this off. Yeah, see they spawn near him. Well, of course, he drops his potions and they expire. It's almost like you need to get those potions when they drop. If you don't, you're gonna be in trouble. I mean, well, if you wait until you need them, they probably won't be there. Well, see, that's not a good sign. If he's attacking Bran, that means that Bran is doing more damage to him than I am. Considered him more of a threat. Which means that I kind of suck at what I'm doing. Bran should... well, let's move the totem over. See? Bran's running over there. He's going to get every one of those. We need to move that. That's why. Yeah, see, he hit every one of those, and he would do that regardless of whatever I want. Because... And he would aggro something if he went there. I don't think he would aggro stuff earlier. Bring him over here, because I don't want to have to fight him and the other guy. Try and sneak past him.
Get out of the way!
I know a lot of the stuff I may say is kind of obvious when I was kind of trying to figure out how the game worked and stuff. A lot of people kind of took everything to be obvious, and it wasn't obvious to me. But maybe I'm a slow learner, I don't know. But I figure I'll just go through my thought process, and if there's somebody else who's as clueless about how games work as I am, then I'm going to run over here, turn to the wolf, mine that, come over here, and then mine all this. But yeah, Bran's been mining stuff the whole game, right? He was mining stuff in Season 1, and ever since he's been part of the game. But I've noticed recently he's been aggroing a lot of stuff. He used to not aggro stuff when he would mine, but he does now. Okay, so this guy, he's just not going to move. So let's freeze him a little bit, and then shock him. Shock the monkey. 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 Shock the monkey. Peter Gabriel fans out there, I'm sorry. bit of this, a little bit of that. And get out of the fire. He just doesn't seem to be doing the kind of damage that I expect. It may be that his item level is lower than many of my other guys who are doing tier 11 delves. They now have item levels that are significantly higher than this guy. And so, because once you get to doing tier 11 delves, your item level like goes up much quicker as far as delves go. You if you're doing other content too, that'll speed you up, obviously. But I really just do delves, and because most of my friends in real life have better sense than to play this game. There we go. And so I don't know anybody in game who plays, and doing pugs I found very early on kind of sucks, like really bad. And all the people who do like group content tend to be like these real competitive types that, you know, want optimal builds and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And I just don't feel like doing that. It's just not fun to me. Let me do this and shock these people a little bit. Burn them up. Light them up. Then we gotta freeze them because they're gonna try and run. Don't try and run, you'll just die tired. And cold, I guess. Okay. My totem out here a little bit and look over there. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to give you a little bit of advice that you didn't ask for. If you're watching my video, you get my advice from the video. Okay. So here's the thing. I normally avoid these treasures. They're not worth it, I think, for the fight that you have to go through. And this guy is extra tough. He's like got more health, especially in these delves. But if you beat him, you get like a 50% buff to your health, to your stamina, and you get a random like delve buff, whatever power up the delves have. So he is actually kind of worth it. So let me see how much we've got. A little bit of the delve to go. I can probably pull out the earth elemental on him, and we'll see. Not looking good for the earth elemental. Yeah, he burned through him pretty quick. See, one of the things about him, what is it? It's 10. I don't use the... Just about all of the mage classes have a counter spell of some sort so that you can, like, stop them when they're casting some nasty spell on you. And I try and bind it to the same key on all of the different characters. I think Bran has some like interrupt kind of stuff too on his guy. but it is important to use it. Yeah, so I get the 50% health buff, and well, brand in the way. Alright, so you get when you drop below 40% health, dealing away a moderate physical damage. So it does some damage and taunts for 6 seconds. So, you know, you get a 50% health buff and like a normal, like, treasure buff. So, I don't know if it's worth it, you know, unless you're already pretty tough. Because, like, if you're tough enough to get that buff, then you probably don't really need it to do the rest of the delve. Okay. I got a random treasure chest thing. Move out into the thing here. Yeah, we gotta kill this guy. We gotta. He's making me nervous. Yeah. 16 million health. Who thought that was a good idea? The rat monster with all that health. I want to make giant rats.
Treasure close by.
Careful as I'm juking around here trying to stay out of his fire, because alright, I don't want to, you know, bring those things. Those guys like move around a little bit. I don't want to catch them. Little pro tip, or I wouldn't call it pro so much as a bit of a curiosity, that you can walk on the water or over the water. So now, Pagsley. We talk to her, and we bring in the mobs here. Let them start spawning. One of the things that I constantly do is forget that there is another spawn, a secondary thing. And you want to hit them like as soon as possible, obviously, but you got to be aware that they are going to attack her. I don't know what happens if she dies, but probably you can't finish the delve. So I think she's got, you know, a fair amount of health, so it's not like. Now the good thing about these kobold skullface guys is that they won't try and run away from you. The other ones, see, this is a bad sign. You can see these, is that this guy is attacking Bran. Now I was focused on the other guy, obviously, so I wasn't doing damage to him. And Bran was. Bran was doing everything, but yeah, that's a bad sign that he was... now let's get over there quick before that big guy comes back. I'm going to repair. Grab my totem. Oh shit. Well, pardon my language. Let's see if we can't do this. Oh, well, there's your potion, Bran. Those guys do a lot of damage. They stick a dot on you. Those bombs do a bunch of damage. They don't have a lot of health. That's like the only good thing about them. But that's okay. Move up. Yeah, I hate those little guys because they're always killing my pets in when I'm playing a pet class, because they put dots on you and they will stun you if they so much as touch you. Okay. So we've got that door down there is Pagsley's thing. Now let's see, before we do this, before we get all hasty, let's see if we can induce Bran to drop a campfire. Don't you think I need to replace my mana, Bran? He doesn't think I need to replace my mana. Recover some of my mana. Because one thing you can do if you want the pity buff back. Oh, I put it on him. Put it on me. Okay. So we'll do this. I've been told is that if you do multiple instances of the earthquake thing, those overlap. So it's not like, oh yeah, don't forget, there's 2 waves, not just one. So I try and build up some maelstrom with my chain lightning, until I can do earthquakes when I've got like multiple things to fight. Because that stupid skull face thing kicks you. He also does a bleed thing that's like nasty. Okay. Aren't I looking a little rough, Bran? See, if you get below 75%, but I wasn't below 75% long enough, I think. I healed back, and if you get below 75% health, he will drop a campfire. So I'm not going to heal myself. I'm going to fish for his pity buff by kind of healing myself a little bit and not doing his potions unless I absolutely have to. I had to. See, yeah. That's what happens. No pity buff for me. You can pity me. Because Bran didn't. So I don't want to get near this door, so I move that totem out away from it because if you go outside the door, if he goes outside, he'll reset, so you don't want to like let him get near that door. So there's no need to have the totem anywhere really near it. Okay, so I'm gonna see if I can get Bran to drop a campfire. Maybe if I heal him, he'll take pity on me. Nope.
Don't waste my time.
Oh, those are those little like bomber guys. That sucks. Okay, so I'm gonna cut loose on him, and then I will summon an earth elemental to tank him for at least a little bit. That'll take the heat off of me. I don't have to worry too much. The earth elemental is holding up pretty well against this boss. Like, better than he was against some of the mobs that we're facing, I think. But he only lasts a minute or so. Yeah, see, he drops some kind of smop on you or something. Or I think it's earwax. Something that he hits you with. That, is there a potion out there probably, Bran? Yeah. Always drops a potion like right in the puddle. There we go. Yeah, I knew that was coming. Yeah, I know helps are coming. Alright, so he did a tier 11, even though he's probably a little bit low. I had like hunters and warlocks and stuff that were doing this at 650, and he's like 655, and I don't think they struggled nearly as much as this guy did. I mean, I wouldn't say he struggled. He, you know, didn't breeze through it, but he didn't struggle really. But they kind of breeze through it. Like, all of them. The boss fight is especially easy on any kind of pet class. And then he gets his 10 crests, and he gets a champion gear that doesn't mean anything. Oh, and he gets his 5 crests from this. And that doesn't have anything in it that he wants. Yeah, nothing of any value. So there we go. A first time tier 11 with a elemental shaman. I think elemental shaman pretty strong as far as doing solo content. They're very survivable, especially if you get the earth elemental. That's a must-have for solo guys. If you're doing like raid content, it's probably not necessary at all because you've got a tank in your group. But it might be kind of handy to have, like, if you draw aggro from some secondary mob. You know what I'm saying? It could be something they recommend in raids. I just know that in solo play, it's like really, really super good to have. It kind of gives you a pet that you can call on in emergencies. It's a 5-minute cooldown, but it also increases your stamina while it's out. So it's, I think that's almost counter or increases your health. It doesn't increase your stamina, but that's what stamina does. It increases your health. But that's almost counterintuitive or counterproductive because when it's out, it keeps aggro really well. I don't think it loses aggro ever, no matter how much damage I'm doing. So it's got some kind of a taunt on it that's super good. So giving you more health, I don't know. I guess it assumes maybe that if you summon it, that means you're in poor health. And so having 15% more might be good. But yeah, Earth Elemental is super cool. You've also got a Fire Elemental that you can do, but that like increases your fire damage 35%, 33% faster, and newly applied flame shocks. So it's increasing, and it's only 24 seconds, but it deals damage. Your flame shock deals damage faster, and the fire elemental does some damage too. So you've got, you know, electric cloud elemental or something that happens when you summon this. So you've got some other stuff that comes out, and they just do some more damage. The earth elemental is the only thing that really tanks for you. So all in all, elemental shamans pretty strong for solo. I wouldn't put them at the top of the list. I'd say that'd be maybe warlocks, I think, because they seem to do a lot of damage. Then hunters, and warlocks and hunters very close. Then below that would be like death knights and paladins, which are very close. And my shadow priest has pretty good luck too. But you've got like dominate mind and some things that make it a little easier for shadow priest. So anyway, I guess that's all I've got for this guy for today. And I hope you guys enjoyed, seeing me fumble through it, and maybe something I've said or done has you found either entertaining or helpful. Until the next time, I see you in the delves.